Hi everyone, welcome to another 360 with. My name is Chris Armstrong, and today we are here in the Aero Pilates, is that how you say it?
Acro.
Acro? I have been told twice.
That's a good one, Aero, but Acro is acrobatics. Yeah.
So we're here with Suzie Wong. She's a very interesting person, and usually in Singapore, as we've said in previous videos, people sort of doctors, lawyers and things, and of course you've gone ahead and broken the mold, but you didn't start by breaking the mold, you were a banker at first, is that right?
Absolutely, that was my first job.
And then how on earth did you get into this? This is so outside of the box, but wonderful.
You know, I never planned my path. I never had, like kids, you want to be this and that. I never really knew what I wanted to do, except that, I want to teach at some point of time. You know, kids, I want to be a teacher, but I never know how I end up teaching pole dancing. Okay. Yeah.
She thought maths or English.
So, how it happened was, after graduation, you need to go for the normal corporate path. So, apply for all kinds of stuff, and I'm so happy that one of the big 4 banks accepted me. But when I was working in there, the artistic side of me took over my ability to actually perform as a banker, and everyone could see up to my chairman. So it was literally actually getting me to perform in all the functions and events. So, but actually, obviously, back then, 30 years ago, there was no pole dancing, so I was a singer. So I sang in my corporate events, my chairman's private events, and of course, that was my main job, and the banking was a side job manager, just kidding, okay? And after 4 years, I told myself, that's not quite my calling. I can't do the 9 to 5. I'm sure it's just the same for you. So I came out to become a singer. And I did that for 20 years of my life, and after that I need to now get fit. I also need to put on something else on top of my singing, to expand my horizon. So I tried a few things, and when I, got in touch with the pole, and then, everything just happened, and it was history. And up to now, 13 years later, yes, and I don't intend to stop.
Start out as a banker, find that's not your passion, discover events, singing, and then pole dancing falls into your life, and that is it, you're set.
Yes, and of course now everything else that adds on up, everything really challenged. I noticed that that's what I really like. I think maybe because of my lack of height, so I love to climb. And also I'm born in the year of monkey. Stop calculating my age.
You look like 35, so I would not worry about.
Thank you, actually it's the reverse of
I'm
that.
sure you get a lot of comments on your age and things. You don't have to get into that, but the point being is, you have a lot of different social medias, including one who wants to speak out, which is OnlyFans. It's something I'm new to. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so of course, having started my own business, social media is the way to kind of tell people what I do. So in the beginning, it was really hard. It's why do you need to learn pole dancing? You just need to gyrate and go around. I said, no, you need to see how these muscles come about from climbing. And actually, I came from an era where pole dancing was supposed to dispel all the risque and the sensuality and the sexuality of it. Because the people who actually started pole dancing as a fitness were your retired strippers, literally. And they got tired of, not they got tired, they probably just have to exit that industry, and so they were in the clubs actually teaching. And I belonged to the era, not that I was a stripper, but I actually knew these people. Back then I knew these ladies that are awesome, I love them. And then at all costs, we try to tell people that, hey, pole dancing is not sexy. But after 16 years, one cycle, looks like now the girls want to, being more exposed, they want to go back into the sexy things, and see, that's where I don't on my 7-inch heel. And now, then I'm trying to learn how to be sexy. So as I was doing that, then I realized that, wow, now my fans are no longer your pole dancing girls who are learning from me or other studios, but they're actually all these guys from Facebook, Instagram, TikTok who are actually watching my dance. And what very interestingly Chris brought up about OnlyFans, I have this as my most recent idea, because one of my particular posts, which maybe I'm going to show you, like this one. So I had a chair.
Right.
Yes, and I was posing okay? And this particular picture has been circulating as the tool for a lot of men's pleasure.
Right, okay. So I guess it's kind of what we discussed the other day. Basically, the long and the short of it is, people have made some comments to you, which many would say are inappropriate, and you've figured out a way to monetize it, because if they're going to think that way and act that way anyway, you might as well benefit from it and treat it like water off a duck's back.
Yeah, so that's my thoughts, but I actually honestly haven't really gone into it, but I was like, might as well get people to pay for my materials than having it out there. So I would like, people who watch this video to comment if I should or should not do it. I'm still two heads about it.
Frankly, your opinion doesn't matter.
Really? Because I feel like one day I wake up, I was like, I'm gonna do it. And then one day I wake up, I was like, do I really want to be viewed as that? So after all, I'm a professional pole dancer.
I was just about to say, so the whole thing with Suzie, and from what I've learned from our day or so of chatting, you're clearly a professional. You're not from an exotic world with a mentality that's in sex or porn.
That was the furthest thing.
Yeah, you were in the financial industry, you found a passion and love for something, and you brought it into the modern world. And now, if people are going to look at it in X way, you're going to treat it with your attitude of the old saying, water up a duck's back, don't let it affect you, or try not to. But if you can monetize it at the same time, especially in these times of COVID, you're finding a way to make money where people have not got jobs. So that's, I've got to be honest, that's commendable, that's incredible. And in this as well, wow.
So am I getting that he's saying a yes to that?
I think it's fantastic. I think it's fantastic. And, look, anyone that can create something from nothing, that's pretty inspiring. And that's the whole point of these videos. You're clearly showing that, anyone can come out of the box, especially in this sort of society here in Singapore. And you're doing it in a very classy, respectful way. So, fantastic.
Watch out.
I'm gonna go red in a minute. So what levels of social media do you have where people can find you and sort of see, that you are doing it in this really classy way, but of course it still has the typical, atypical fancy aspect of it. So
yes.
Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook, I'm called Suzie Wong. Instagram is actually supposed to be an educational one, like you're supposed to see my tricks and then, you want to join my classes, but obviously again, I've gotten more male fans and followers than ladies. That's called Suzie Ming. The reason why my real name is actually Ming. So Suzie Wong is my stage name, so I combine it. I'm also on TikTok. I think it's also called Suzie Ming or Care by Suzie. And I've got a YouTube video channel as well. And actually that one is a very different one. It's for women's empowerment for mature ladies. So I talk about fitness, wellness, relationships as well. So please follow me on all these.
So all of the links for this stuff will be obviously in the description below.
Thank you.
So moving on from that side of things, what sort of stuff beyond just the dancing do you show, like exercises and core strength movements, the whole foundation?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's beyond just the sexy looking apparel. From some of the videos I've seen with you, the ones I was impressed with, like I said, is when you were showing like ab exercises, handstands and things. It's not just about, frankly, shaking your butt and other things. There's a way that you get there. You can't just walk in a room, look beautiful and just look amazing. Most people look like drunks when they do that.
Taking out the pole.
Can you tell us anything about like the fitness and how the exercises? How do you sort of progress? Where did you start? Because you do look in amazing shape.
Thank you.
I'm sure it doesn't take 5 minutes to get there. So tell us something about your routine.
So again, there's a lot of commitment and dedication to being able to do what we do. So of course, in a typical class, we have conditioning, we have warm-ups, and on top of that, for my own advancement, I will do cardio, and like you rightly say so, I do abs every day. Okay, absolutely abs, and well, by right I should be going to the gym, but this is my gym already. Maybe I'll just show you like how I do my pull-ups.
I noticed actually you have these extra hooks and things. Can you just tell us what these are?
Yeah, these are for my aerial silks and aerial hook. We started I was also the first to bring in aerial hook and silks to Singapore and to events as performers and artists. I grew them and own them. But we started with this height, which is pathetic. Now with our strength one climb, we're up there already.
So usually it's much higher.
Yes, now we have 10 meters and 12 meters, like 3
How
stories.
tall is this?
This is only 3 meters, so imagine 3
Hang on.
times.
This is only 3 meters, but your normal is 10 or 12.
10 or 12.
Because I thought this was high.
You thought this was high?
This in Singapore is very high ceiling. So that's insane. So I was just trying to come to the point of like, do you do other exercises on these things? But clearly we've fallen into another thing here. There's a whole other area.
Yes, the other apparatus are probably, if I may say, even more difficult than pole. So imagine like a silk which is fluid, you do almost the same kind of moves, but now this thing doesn't provide you the core, and the core comes from within.
Is that like some of those Chinese acrobat sort of thing? I've seen some videos online and you have very traditional sort of aerial work, but it's the ones I've seen has been like Chinese artists and they're flying around with silks and things.
Yes, more like circus.
That's amazing.
Like Cirque du Soleil, they normally have acts like this.
So sorry, would you like to show us what you were going to show us before I interrupted you?
No, like I said, some of the things we do are like, you know, when we go up the pole.
Okay.
It's like just bends.
I've got to be honest. What just happened?
Yeah,
That's
just
like walking
pure
upstairs.
strength. Yeah, that's what we call that.
This wasn't pre-planned or anything. Like, I'm really shocked. That was amazing.
Yeah, because I was told not to make too much noise with my heels, so I was just trying to elevate without going closer.
Oh my god. No, honestly, that was really impressive. Wow. That was the day I could do that.
So that was conditioning for dancers, and it's
That's
as good as it
amazing.
will come.
So how often, like, how long do you have to train? Like, usually when someone goes to their gym, they use half an hour, an hour. A professional use several hours, but obviously you live and breathe here, so that may not apply because you're obviously exercising all the time, but...
Yeah, I would say I work out 7 days a week, but whether is it pole or any of my aerial apparatus, I'll try to mix and match. So Sunday will be my, this one, chain. Very good for my fist, so yeah. Sunday I'm thinking 50 shades now.
I think I've got brighter.
Are we in the right show? Yeah, chains. So anything that's being hung on ceiling, I'm very interested. So I have spiral to pole, to silks, to hook, and even heart. Yeah, so and cube as well. With all really literally just fanatical.
So what's happening in the future?
What's happening in the future?
Yeah. Are we looking at doing, you know, we're going to be seeing some more videos from you that we can sharing with everybody. Where can they find them? Is it on OnlyFans, like once every week, 2 weeks? So just to let people know, you know, it's every day.
I like how excited he is about OnlyFans.
She's making that up. She's saying things now. I'm making it look terrible. Thank you. I mean, it is amazing.
It's so unplanned.
I think I've gone off another totally colour. Thanks, Suzie. So, yeah, okay, so how often is your sort of content being released now? Because with the Facebook clips, it seems to be sort of every day or every 2 days or something like that, every couple of days.
Yeah, every day I'm posting something.
Yeah.
When you start seeing TikTok lameness, that's when I know poor contents. But yeah, I literally would like to motivate my students or my subscribers like with daily contents. So sorry, your question was how often I post, is it?
Yeah, no, I mean you just said every day pretty much. So you just said about students here. So are you still able to teach even minimally under the conditions?
Yes.
And like, can you tell us a little bit about the studio?
So we have online classes, which is taboo because not everyone has a pole at home.
Of course.
So in order to, no, actually a lot of
They
them
did,
do.
like, new society.
They do have, but just like, you know, insufficient height, space, so but minimally, like I said, we do have online classes. If not core, it will be body conditioning, stretches. We are allowed to do 2 masks on low intensity.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're still going on, but just cut down by.
Okay, and roughly how much is it for somebody that may be interested locally to come here and train with you?
Our
Obviously
price,
it's going to be varying, but a rough estimate for.
I would say on an average about 25 per lesson, so like you said, it could be a little
Is that
higher.
like half an hour, an hour?
An hour, yeah, we are one of the...
That's really cheap actually. Anywhere else in the world it would be...
That's why I need to go on OnlyFans. No.
I was just starting to come down in tones and you feel it going up again.
I'm loving this conversation.
Clearly, if you are in Singapore and you can come down here and you're interested, either come and train with Suzie or just come and say hi, because not only is it super affordable, clearly, but you're also super fun and easy to speak to and like to make chats go bright red.
I'm a comedian.
So where are we, just so it's clear?
This is Block 261 Waterloo Street, very nearby Bugis, within walking distance. And 2 lines, the green line, okay, sorry I'm going to take LRT, but yeah, it's very central. So all my students love it here, very convenient. And this is actually a small boutique studio, very cozy. So if you're not that kind that are very shy, I mean if you're the kind that are very shy, this is excellent, it's very enclosed.
Yeah.
So you can just strip down to your undies and just pull.
The appropriate attire and do what you do here. So look, it's been great fun being here and doing this interview. You're wonderful. Is there a chance that you'd be interested in maybe doing a follow-up interview and maybe we could have a display of some sort?
Just one follow, I think we need more than one. There's so much more I want to
Clearly
say.
a series is being created here.
Yeah, don't you want to see my area chains, my area pool?
Put it in the comments.
And yeah, leave in the comments. And of course, like I said, I'm still depending on your comments to tell me if I should do this. But clearly I've got his approval already.
I haven't said that at all.
Is it trouble now?
Well, from me, Chris Armstrong, Suzie Wong, thank you for this time in this interview. It's been amazing fun. Everyone put your comments in there. Say hi to Suzie. Click on all of her social media. Support her on OnlyFans. Support her in general.
Instagram and Facebook first.
And it looks like we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye for now.